All right, welcome everybody to RWB Racing. I am here with my illustrious co-companion, Cody Thompson. I do have his
Yo.
name spelled wrong. Sorry about that, but here, I'll fix that right now.
Everybody does it, man. Everybody does it. How's it going there, old Chris?
Oh, it's doing pretty good, man.
That's good.
Uh, I know we were just talking about this race and just all of the fun that it is, and And I got to say, this is one of my favorite races thus far to watch. I think there was a
It
lot of
is.
battles, a
It.
lot of close racing.
Yep. But you know what? Let's not spoil it here this early.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
watch.
all right.
Let's let the viewers watch and see
Oh,
what we're talking about.
what? We don't want to
You know,
tell them
find.
all of the drama beforehand?
No, 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 no.
All right. Well, this is race number 10 of 20, and we are at Red Bull Ring in the rain. So wet conditions, that'll be fun. Uh, let's just jump right into looking at our results, our driver ranking results from before this race started. So here's how the points stack up. We've got my buddy Cody here, RWB Crimson, in first place on Williams. Right behind him is Francisco Turbo, Presidio Dog. That's me. Night Kid, Patriotic, Jack, Joey Canoli, J Rod, and Vinny Grasso rounding out the top 10 in points. Um, the points are so close. It's what, 11 points between second and fourth? I
Just
mean, it's,
about. I mean, I'm looking at it beforehand. And you know what? Let's see, first and second, it's about 11 points. But what's interesting to me is there's about a 19-point difference between first and fourth.
yeah, it's
So
really fun. It's
that's
only 30
less
points between
than a
first and
raceway.
fifth.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the race shakes out and how the points shake out. Now, uh, uh, I know that I fell back a couple of spots from the race at Fuji when I got disconnected at the with 5 laps to go in the race. So that's why I know I dropped down 2 spots after that race. That's how close the points were. Just missing a race or just doing poorly in it is enough to drop 1 or 2 spots in this top 5 battle that's going on right now. Um, but let's take a look at the team points. So the team points still has Alfa Romeo up top, but that gap is shrinking. So BWT right behind him, and Williams right behind that with AlphaTauri, Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari in order. AlphaTauri's been suffering some driver changes, some mishaps here and there with some engine failures and disconnects and stuff, and it's really hurt those guys. But we'll see if they can come back. They got a couple of really good drivers in there. One of them is one of the best drivers we have, and every time he shows up, he wins. We just got to get him on the track. So anyway, any more comments before we go down the grid?
actually, the only comment I have is how ironic Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari are at the bottom versus Alfa Romeo, BWT, and Williams and AlphaTauri.
Yeah. Well, we're not exactly mimicking real life, but it would be interesting to see that happen in real life. That's for sure.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right. So let's go ahead and walk down the rows here, so to speak. So on row one, Joey Canoli. I think this is his first pole for the season, if I'm not mistaken.
And And you're not mistaken. That is his first pole of the season. I know he's had a couple rough starts here this past season, especially lately, where he's qualifying eighth, ninth, 10th. So it is nice to see old Joey Canoli starting in first.
It does, and it gives us a chance to really like boost his spirits and brag on him a little bit, so he doesn't feel left out, right?
Oh yeah,
Starting right next to him is another one of our newer well, he's not newer. He's new this season. His name has changed from I bent you over to RWB Jack on Red Bull in P2. I apologize. I don't have any of the qualifying times. We had some hiccups with the hosting of the race, and we didn't get those qualifying times beforehand. So anyway, all right, row two. In P3 is Night Kid on Alfa Romeo, and right next to him is you, Crimson,
Yeah, so
running
this
in
is
P4.
RWB, and if you guys are wondering or wanting to know why it went from Cupcake to Sheikah to Minna to Crimson, I suffer from multiple ID disorders, um, so yeah, no, it's Crimson once and for all.
Once and for all, once and for all. All right, on to row three. J-Rod up in P5. I don't think that's his highest I think he's qualified in the top five in one other race in the season. Unfortunately, I haven't kept track of the pole positions for everybody, and I kind of wish I had. That will be happening next season. Um, but right next to him are last year's season champion Francisco in P6.
Yep,
So
yep, qualifying pretty strong. I mean, for especially for a wet track.
yep. And you'll notice everyone is on the intermediate tires. There are, and for case I forgot to mention, there were no tire requirements for this race except for intermediates or heavy wets. I don't think a single soul is going to opt to run the heavy wets,
Uh,
but who knows? We'll see what happens. All right. Row four is Trology and myself, father son, side by side, starting on row four. And let's see, row five is the Kituation, which is now actually he actually
is
changed his name now.
RWB
Yeah, he's
Situation. Yep.
RWB Kitch. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do right now just to show the love. Kituation. There we go. There. Now his
There you
name
go.
is right.
Yep, I was gonna say while you were changing that, that name is well deserved. He is our team engineer. This dude can tune a car and then some. So that name is definitely deserving of an RWB.
Indeed. Starting next to him, this might be Black Widow's highest qualifying in the series so far. I think this is race three for her. No, four. I think this is her fourth race for Ferrari this
I
season.
believe, I believe it is race four.
Yeah,
So no, she qualified in a great spot there. She's not in the back, so she's not really going to get left behind. She could stay on people's drafts. Hopefully, she can make up positions as she progresses into the race.
indeed, indeed. And then next on row eight, or six rather, is Vinny Grasso on Ferrari. Next to him, we got one of our wild card drivers, RWB Super Mix. So nice to have him out. I think this is his second, maybe third run with us as a wild card driver this season. He is not slow. He's a pretty good driver. Neither is Vinny. The I'm just saying for as wild card drivers go, he's doing pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I'm looking forward to seeing the red cow all nice and clean in the rain today. So we'll see how that looks for Vinny today. Row seven will actually be our last row. We only had 14 drivers here, so we have another wild card driver. HD Fat Boy is joining us. Uh, I think this is his first race with us in Super Formula as a wildcard driver. So it'll be interesting to see how he does during the race. And right beside him is G Bub on AlphaTauri. So we shall see how the race proceeds at that point. So, um, got any other comments or suggestions to make there, my good friend?
Bring an umbrella because it's going to be a very wet race.
It will be a very wet race indeed. So, once again, the Mitel 2020 Super Formula season. We're going to get started here in just a minute. Um, uh, the This is halfway through the season, so this is the end of this race will be half done in the series. So, are you ready on your end there, my friend?
You know what? I am ready.
All right. Well, then I got the camera up, and let's go ahead and wait there to see those lights. So, getting ready to go here. We're going to keep an eye on Joey Canoli, and off they go. And
Yep, they are
yep, go ahead.
off. And right now, I don't see any kind of overtaking coming up into this first corner. We got a couple people here going a little bit wide. Ooh, looks like J-Rod just got into Jack there a little bit. Not gonna hurt his position too much. He did drop down to about 7th place. Meanwhile, Joey, or no, not Joey, Night Kid just took full advantage of the situation. Running in first, Joey can only second, and then his teammate Francisco in third. So they're all actually, going through this track fairly clean. There's no wipeouts, nothing that dictates a red flag.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good thus far. This is one of the scary corners right here.
Oh, it is.
Trying to get some good camera angles on here. It's not as easy to do, but Night Kid's kind of separated himself from the pack. The rest of them, though, are charging along. So he's got, I don't know what his time is. It looks like he's got about a second and a half on everybody else.
Yep, and HD gets a little bit loose. That's going to allow Supermax. No, Supermax is not going to pass him by. Wait, no, he does! Okay. Whew.
Okay, I missed all of that. I didn't know where that was happening. Sorry, man.
Yep, my apologies there. I noticed he got loose. I should have said the position, so.
Excited in the moment.
Yep. So looking at the order here, we've got Night Kid first, Joey Canoli second, Francisco third, Jack fourth, Trology fifth. That's rounding out the top 5. We got Crimson sixth, Crimson fifth, J-Rod 6th, Presidio 7th, Francisco 8th, Grasso 9th, Kitch 10th, Supermax 11th, Black Widow 12th, HD 13th, and G-Bug 14th.
Man, you know what? Every one of these drivers is doing a really good job of, like, staying off of each other. You know, I mean, in a wet track with I think everyone just realizes I need to brake a lot sooner so we don't run into people.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, this is one of these tracks. I mean, dry, it's alright. You know, you can get a little, what's the best term for it? Touchy-feely. As far as racing other drivers. But when you're in the rain and you tap somebody, not only will that mess their race up, it'll probably race yours up, or probably mess yours up as well.
Yes.
So no, they're doing a fantastic job giving each other space, but yet still racing very hard and very professional.
So from what I can tell, it looks like Presidio and Francisco and Grasso have made points, or made up positions. They've each gained a spot from what I can tell. Francisco started.
Like.
Oh no, he started 8th. Is he still 8th? I guess he started 8th, didn't he?
He is 8th. He had a little bit of a slip up. He went from, I believe, 3rd to 8th. But you know, it is 3 laps into the race, so he's got plenty of time to make it up, especially in the rain.
Yeah, indeed. And there's the red cow in P9 of Vinny Grasso. You know, I don't know what it is about this cat, but I like the way that he drives, and I gotta say something about him every time we get him on camera, because he's clean, right? He never really
and he's cool. He is cool as ice. That's what you should change his name to. It's either Ice or Frostman or Iceman. There we go.
There you go, Iceman.
Now, let's take a look here at position 5. This is going to be between Trology, J-Rod, and Presidio. We got a 3-way battle for 5th going on. And they are extremely close. Presidio going to the inside and is going to pass J-Rod for 6th place. He is hunting down his son, Trology. trying to gain that fifth position, and my apologies, Presidio is sixth. I
Now,
got a little bit ahead of myself.
let's talk about Trology for a minute.
Yeah,
During all the practice races, that kid was just flying. I mean, he was setting fastest laps. He was just he's fast, and once again we have to say it. He's driving on the motion control and on a wet track, and he was pulling the 126s during practice. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
it's very impressive, and he had me scared because I was only able to pull out 127s, 128s. So no, it's great. I mean, this kid, he's on the rise. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's
Yep.
been coming to more senior members of the group, trying to get advice, trying to learn how to race better, and it looks like it is starting to pay off.
Yep. He's
So
actually on one of his
it's
best laps
definitely,
right now.
yeah, yep. So it's definitely exciting to see.
Now, I remember driving behind him for a few laps going, I'm not going to be able to get past him. I'm going to have to wait for him to make some kind of a mistake in order to get around him, because he just was driving. He had such good pace, I guess is what it comes down to. And our pace is pretty similar, and unless somebody makes a mistake, it's going to be really hard to get around.
Right, and you know what? The chances of making a mistake, and this is giving him credit now, mind you, the chances of him making a mistake are much greater using that motion feature on the controller. One bad twitch, one bad flick
Yep.
could unsettle that car.
Yeah, so and once again, that's the challenge driving with Tourette's, and his are more
Yeah.
physical than verbal. So yeah, it's got to be a challenge for him. I'm sure there's plenty of times where he's just got his right hand on it and his left arm is flailing around the room, just steering with
Yep.
one hand. So hopefully he's not doing that in the car, but no, he's doing really good. Now let's take a look at P7 and J Rod. He is right there. And
Oh yeah.
little bumpy there as I catch him, jump on board. He's trying to make some moves on Presidio Dog there. He's got the pace.
Yeah, why don't we check out the cockpit view to show everybody what this dude is seeing? I mean, yeah, you can see the cars, but you got to take into account the water splashing.
Yep.
It's going to make visibility a little bit harder. It doesn't look like it, but it can.
I'm gonna
so-
the cockpit view. Whoa, in the cockpit view is kind of hard
Yep.
to see. Let me move to the hood cam. Sorry for all that quick changing. I'm gonna move to the
Yep.
hood cam
Why don't we do that? That looks better.
because I can't see through that stupid pipe they have in the halo. He's got pretty clear sailing behind him. He's got Francisco back second or two behind him. But he's right up there.
Yep. And while we're talking about that, HD just went into the pits. Not sure why. Oh, I know why. He started on wets and he's coming out on intermediates.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, oops.
Yep. Now the top four are just not having it with each other at the moment. Granted, Night Kid is in first, but we got a battle here for second between Joey Cannoli and Jack. Crimson looks to be kind of inching up, lap by lap. So that's gonna be entertaining to see here in the next, let's say 7-8 laps.
Yep. So Jack is right there in the slipstream of Joey. Is he going to make a play? Probably not. Looks like he's just going to inch up to him. Oh, he's trying to.
Nope. What's he gonna do? Yep. Nope. Not gonna happen. Misses a gear too. That's gonna cause him to drop back.
Yep. Now he's still got
Now,
you
Joey-
in his rearview mirror.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now Joey is battling Night Kid now.
Yeah, look at that. He's closing the gap. We're not seeing a ton of tire wear yet on the cars. They all are starting to show a little bit of red on them. They all still have over half a tank of fuel in them, so by the looks of things, we shouldn't see any pit stops. So probably around lap 20, and probably everyone's probably going to do this thing as well. Oh, and Jack's making a move inside of Joey Canoli, but Joey's got the run on the outside. Jack's still on the
Yep.
inside. Joey
What's
closes the
gonna
door on
happen?
him. Look at
Yep.
that.
Slams the door.
Say, no, sir, you were not
Slams it.
invited to this party.
Yep. And that's just going to be good news for Crimson. With them battling, they're going to lose precious time.
They haven't lost much tonight, Kid. Maybe half a second during that. And it looks like Night Kid has a penalty on him up ahead.
Yeah.
So he'll leave that
Yeah,
off.
but I imagine, yep, that'll be bled coming up into the second turn.
Now, here's an interesting thing. Look who's in 5th position showing up. Oh, it looks like... Oh, never mind.
Oh, yep.
I was going to say Trology in 5th. Looking to make a move. Looking to go inside for Presidio, but he doesn't quite break fast enough. He holds it off. Smart move. J-Rod lurking in 7th. Just waiting for the disasters to happen. Meanwhile, Presidio seems to be gaining a little bit on Crimson here, so he's looking to catch up to the rest of the front of the pack. He sees them all, which is really, I'm going to tell you something. It's really interesting about this track is that we're 8 laps in, and the leader's only ahead by a few seconds. Like most of our races, the leaders gets out like 8 to 10 seconds ahead of the second place guy. You know what I mean? It spreads out so much more, but that front pack is still just so tight.
Yeah, I'm looking at the live chart right now, and it looks to be between the top 5, maybe a 3-second gap, if that.
That's crazy.
So no, they're extremely close together. Speaking of extremely close, Joey Canoli and Jack are still duking it out after lap 9.
Yep,
and that's going to be between 2nd and 3rd. I've seen Jack or Joey, either one, try to go on the inside, and looked like it did not pan out. Now Jack has fallen back a little bit, so Crimson is going to be trying to go for the overtake.
Didn't quite come out of that corner as good as Jack did, so Jack's going to be able to pull on him a little there.
Nope, but they're still spaced out pretty well between each other.
Indeed. Let's see.
So I'm going to take a look.
Yeah, you go ahead and see if you see anything else going on. It looks like Jack is just kind of hanging out, just waiting for a spot to open up.
Yeah, and I'm looking towards the back of the field here. We got a battle between, or actually for position 10 as well as position 12.
Well, let's see, I'm on board with Kitch right now. Yeah, I see he's trying to track down the Red Cow right now with his Red Rocket Williams.
Whoa, let's back up there. No, but with the Rocket Williams machine.
Whoa! Little tap there. That was a little scary.
Yep.
They survived.
Yep. That was. that was a interesting move there.
Now it looks like did someone just go in the pits? No, I'm riding along board with Blackwood. I saw an arrow go sideways. Maybe that was G-Bub.
It looked like it. I'll have to take another look here. But
that is a bright, shiny livery on that G-Bub car.
That is a very shiny livery. That's like somebody that just wants to be noticed. I mean, that's a shiny green. But you know what? It looks good.
Yep. Well, there you go, G-Bub. We're noticing you. Red wheels and all.
I dig it. So, we're going to go back to the front of the field. Joey Canoli Jack still duking it out, as well as Crimson and Presidio Dog. Whew, so many battles. Now we've got another battle. Or, nope, never mind. It's going to be between Trology and J-Rod. J-Rod got a little bit loose. Lost about a good second and a half to Trology. Supermax has been doing great this race. He's sitting high and pretty at 8th place. Francisco just kind of doing his own thing. Kitch and Grasso are still going at it.
I don't
And
think
then we
I've
got
ever
Black
seen
Widow.
the top 5 cars this close together in one of our races throughout this whole season for this long, like this far into the race.
Yeah.
Usually 2 or 3 break away, but this is pretty intense. There's anything can happen here.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, G-Bub did go into the grass there, lost quite a bit of time. He is running on the wet.
Somebody just went in the pits. Who was that?
That is G-Bub.
Okay. Maybe he's got the wrong tires on. What tires did he have on before he went in?
He had wet tires.
Well, there you go. That's probably why he's like, why is everyone going so much faster than me?
Yep, so, my word. 3-way battle for first place.
Yeah,
actually,
no
scratch that. Make it a 5-way battle for first place.
It pretty much is.
This is a Cincinnati thing right here.
Jack is there. Jack is there.
Jack is there. What's he gonna do? Let's see, going into the second to last corner, he's gonna get a little bit conservative. Yep, yeah, see,
Ooh, Joey gets a little slidey. This is his move.
I love his style of racing. Yep.
Oh, look at that, Joey.
Easy overtake.
Oh, Joey's just like pushing him down to the wall.
Joey.
Wow.
Get it, son.
Out he goes.
Well, Joey goes wide and is still going to hold that position. See, this is what I love about
look at this. Jack's going for it. He's going for it.
Yeah. Yep, what's he going to do?
All
Crimson comes out of nowhere, as well as Presidio.
I'm on board following
goodness.
From you, from Crimson, and I can see everything.
Actually, you know what? Get it on Jack's view here. We need a cinematic experience because we just went 3 wide going into the third turn. Or we're getting ready to go 3 wide. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at the amount of spray. Look at the overtake. And Crimson pulling off a beautiful move, slotting himself in between Jack and Presidio. Oh my gosh.
Whew.
All this action, I need an energy drink. Good lord. And now we got a battle between...
Joey goes
actually
off
a battle
the
for
track.
9th. Did he really?
He
did. No.
Oh no. Presidio's all over Crimson though.
And now is not the time to go out and build sandcastles, Joey.
Not at all.
No.
Presidio almost loses it.
Yep.
Trology up in 5th position. He's got J-Rod hot on his heels though.
Just taking a look at it. And man, I'm loving this battle here also for position 9 between Francisco and Kitch.
Let's go on
they're
board with
battling.
Kitch.
Yep. And we got some traffic here. Hugh just went into the dirt. Joey Cannoli went into the dirt again.
Are you sure he didn't pit? No, he didn't pit. You're right.
Yeah, he went straight to the dirt. Grasso's gonna pass
look
Joey.
At that. Grasso's. Oh,
look at that. That's aggressive. Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? The good thing is he realized his mistake. That's why he kind of put it in the dirt there. Didn't want to mess anybody else up. And just he's still fighting for what? I want to say 8th.
Yep. Well, Grasso is in 11th, and they're all fighting for 8th, basically.
Right. Night Kid, Jack, Crimson, Presidio. We are now finally starting to space apart a little bit. And Jack, he got a little bit squirrely. What's that? What's Crimson gonna do here?
Well, I'm looking back from Jack's car, and all he sees is a whole mirror full of Williams' car.
Yep. See that crimson red machine.
But Crimson's also seeing a whole rear view full of Presidio's car.
Not necessarily. I see the kid, but I don't see the cat. Let's just say that.
Nice.
And now And the cool thing is, too, looks like Crimson just ran the fastest lap of the race, a 125.9.
Nice. It's amazing what happens when you get under race pressure, right?
Oh, yeah. You either crack or you thrive.
Now, what's Night Kid's gap to Jack? That can't be more than 3/4 of a second.
Actually, you know what? It is every bit, well, it's getting ready to update here, so it's about 9/10.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them so close together.
Yeah, and looking at it here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see, that's 9, 8, carry the 7, I don't know math. It's about 2.3 second gap between first and fourth, roughly.
I'm gonna take a look here at Night Kid, just give our leader some love, and he's driving his
Oh, yeah.
other Alfa Romeo livery, so it looks like he's decided to change it up a little bit for some good luck. Kind of like
Yeah.
spitting in your sock or wearing the same underwear for the season. He's gone to change his car.
Or switching to a gold PS4 controller. Trilogy, hint, hint.
Hint, hint, hint.
Yep. Now, I will say, man, that livery looks good on that Alpha machine that Night Kid's piloting. I love that Gucci look to it is what I want to say, with the little emblems on the side and just a nice looking car.
Oh, Presidio goes into the gravel.
No! Yeah, it's a little bit aggressive there, but good thing is he's still in fourth place. So
Yep. Oh, and J-Rod
he
had
lost
a
some
chance
time
and hits the wall and spins out.
Yep. Oh.
And he's going to probably lose a spot to Supermax here in a second. Well, maybe not.
Let's take a look here. Nope.
Well, he's got all that dirt on his tires. Oh, it won't last very long. It's more like mud, I guess, than dirt. With all the water mixed in, but looks like he's going to hold it out there. So, Presidio Dog, oh, man, that's... Oh, into the pits he goes. On lap 15, that's a little early.
And that is a tad bit early there.
Everyone's going to be running a 20 laps before they pit. So my guess is everyone's probably going, what is Presidio Dog doing in the pits? What is he planning?
Yep. Yeah, what is going through his head?
So let's go ahead. The front seems to be backed up. Let's go ahead and give some love to our some of our the rest. So looking at Chiba up here, just to get some cinematic views of him racing his car. Chiba, thanks for coming, buddy. I don't know where your AlphaTauri livery went, but we'll get you back. We'll get it back for you. Must have disappeared somewhere.
I got you, B.
Yep. HD Fat Boy driving a Aston Martin Red Bull. Okay.
Yeah.
So Red Bull brought a Red Bull wildcard driver into the game.
He is. Well, you know what? Let's just call him an Aston Martin driver.
There you go. Maybe he's an Aston Martin driver. There you go. That sounds good. In P12, Black Widow on Team Ferrari. One of our newer drivers, and currently one of our only female drivers. So all you other females out there, get on the stick and get in here. And drive with us. Come on, it'll be fun.
Yep.
All right, and there's the red cow. I'm not sure why or how that came about. I think it's just the stripes all over it, perhaps. But you coined that thing.
Well, I did. Well, if you look at the front spoiler, man, it looks like a cow livery on that front spoiler. So I just figured, hey, red cow.
There we go. All right, there's Joey Cannoli running in ninth spot as his teammate goes into the pit. So he will again
took a very early pit. Looked like refueled, got fresh tires. Nope, never mind. Wait, my graph is messing up on me. Fresh tires.
He's got fresh tires. And he added some fuel. So.
Yeah. GT Sport on my end it was showing his tires as being shot and then good and then shot and
yeah, that's always fun.
Didn't want to make up its mind. Yeah.
All right, and now in P8 we got Presidio Dog and the other Alfa Romeo.
Yep.
just churning the laps. He's got the full tank of gas, and he's got the fresh set of tires. Uh, it's going to hurt him though. He's probably going to have to pit for fuel. I don't know if he's going to make the whole race or not. So, well, I know if he will or not. I'm just not saying.
Right. Yeah, we're not saying a word. Like
We're
I
not
said,
saying
let's
anything.
not spoil it for the viewers.
Not at all. Not at all. All right, P7, the Kituation in the Williams Icy Rocket Rexona, whatever else is on that car.
Yep.
Doing P7.
Just a gorgeous, gorgeous livery, by the way.
You know, I'm really impressed with the level of driving that's going on in this event today. I mean, every single person is driving clean. They're driving fast. You know what I mean? I don't see a lot of
Yep.
people sliding off the course. They seem to be, maybe we should race all of our races in the rain. Everyone will slow down
Yeah,
sooner.
but before we expand on that, I do want to mention there's a battle for position 4 right now between J-Rod and Trilogy. J-Rod managed to get the inside line of the second turn and managed to overtake Trilogy on that straight. So good
But
move,
Trilogy's
but
not
they
giving up.
are,
He's kind of
yeah,
keeping
he
his
is
nose in
not
there.
having it. Now, what's interesting to me is I don't know if Trilogy's got his brake balance set right because J-Rod's tires are clearly a lot better in the front versus Trilogy's.
Oh yeah, that's true. So Trilogy must
Yep.
have a little bit more brake balance in the front than J-Rod.
Yeah. Now, while we're going up the order here, we got Supermax running in a very nice 6th position in his Hooters livery.
I think it's cancer, like the
It
cancer.
is. It's for breast cancer.
Yeah, the breast
It
cancer.
is for breast cancer awareness, and I 100% love it. That dude can rock pink.
Yep. You know what? He probably brought that out so he could show those BWT guys, hey, you're not the only one that can drive a pink car.
Yeah, that or maybe he knows somebody that's got breast cancer. Who knows?
That'd be my guess. Now he's on wet tires, if you notice.
He is, and the rear tires are worn down quite a bit, and I believe he may have pitted earlier in the race, but I might be wrong.
He may have overestimated the amount of water on the track, and
Yep.
maybe he just. I
Eh,
mean, he is a wild card driver, so he doesn't have a teammate to kind of guide him in what tires they should be running for the race.
Yep, and now we've got a lead change. Looks like Crimson has taken the lead.
Was that through a pit or no? It just a pass.
You know what? No, that looked to be a pass.
Yep. Now, it's not going to last for very long. There may be 1 or 2 laps left in that car, and Night Kid has more fuel. So it's possible that Night Kid is trying to stretch this out to 21 laps and will pit. But he's going to spend less time in the pits than you will, sir. If you're filling up. So I wonder how that will turn out. It's
Yeah, I'm a bit curious to see as how that's gonna go, but I'm gonna continue going up the order here.
You bet. I'm gonna keep an eye here on what's going on with the.
Yep. So something must have happened here because Trilogy is now in 4th position. Don't take that the wrong way. Because I could have swore he was 5th there for a second, but I could be wrong. J-Rod has recovered quite nicely. He's sitting in a very nice 3rd position, rocking the lovely Red Bull livery. Night Kid went back in position into 2nd place, but we still got 21 laps to go, or 20 laps to go, I should say.
Yep. All right.
So
Let's see what
there's still
happens
plenty
here.
of time.
Crimson should
Yep,
go into the pits right now, and there he goes. And
Yep,
Night Kid
yep,
stays out for
goes.
1 more, so he will regain the lead.
Yep. Now I don't know if that was a good move or not.
Well, it will
Because
give
yes,
him
you're
plenty of fuel and fresher tires by 1 lap towards the end of the race.
it will, but it might also hurt him in a sense because he's gonna have to take just as much fuel, if not more, versus Crimson. but I
Everyone's
could
in
be
the pits.
wrong.
It's a pit
Yep, I was getting
frenzy.
ready to say. Yep, it is a pit frenzy. Presidio's sitting there high and pretty, just kind of waving at the other drivers as they're sitting in the pits. A Super Mex in third position, but that's not going to be for long. He's got a pit at the end of this lap.
So Presidio comes out behind Crimson after Crimson pits. Not far behind, but once Super Mex goes in, it should put Night Kid in first, J-Rod second, Crimson third, and Presidio fourth, with Jack in fifth, assuming nothing changes between now and the end of the lap.
Correct. Now let's see what Night Kid's going to do here. Is he going to pit this lap, or is he going to wait one more? I think he's got enough fuel. I think he's got enough fuel to last one more up. Yep, missed the pit.
He's going. It looks like he's got a different strategy in mind. He wants to have as fresh of tires for the end of this second stint as he could possibly get.
Yeah,
now,
but that might hurt him.
On the race radio, his engineer was telling him, no, you don't come in until lap 23. So he wanted to pit on 22, and his race engineer, whoever that is, told him, no, stay one more lap out. So he's going to stay one more lap out. Which actually is not going to be too bad. Towards the end of the race, I mean, he's not losing a ton of time, but towards the end of the race, he'll have fresher tires, and he won't have to stress out over the fuel, and he's got all of his overtake left. So, I mean, he'll be able to have a full tank of gas and be able to use some overtake to make some position choices. So we'll see how that works out. What's that time gap back to Crimson? Just curious.
Oh, let's take a look here. Last I checked, it's about 23 and a half seconds. He's getting ready to cross Sector 2, going into 3. Looks to be about 23 and a half seconds.
And
so,
I think
about
it's
a pit
about
stop's lane.
I think the pit stop is going to be about 28 seconds to fill all the way up. So here he goes. Let's see here. So he's going to go into the pits. And
yep, there he goes. So going into the pits, I'm watching Crimson at the moment, coming around to the second to last turn. It's going to be interesting to see where Night Kid ends up here.
All right, so Crimson Kid's still in the pit. He hasn't left yet. Come on.
Yep, so while he's in the pit, Crimson going through to turn 1. And looks to be entering some lap traffic. So Night Kid fueled up and is going to be behind Crimson. So got another lead change. Now, I do want to, well, I was going to mention Joey Canoli coming back in 5th place, but he had to pit.
Oh, look at this. Night Kid right there with Jack for fighting for P2. Presidio sitting there just waiting.
Yeah, and now they're dealing with lap traffic. Yep, now they're dealing with lap traffic here. Or wait, my mistake. Or my apologies, that's not lap traffic. I thought that was HD there in front of Night Kid.
Nope, it's HD in front of Crimson. Crimson is dealing with lap traffic.
Ah, yep. Crimson is dealing with lap traffic, so
well,
that's
he will
probably
by the end of this lap. He'll be on top of him.
Yep. Now Presidio just overtook Night Kid for 3rd spot. Jack is kind of, I don't want to say in no man's land, but he's right on that edge. He's got a pretty good gap between himself and Crimson. He's about 2 seconds ahead of Presidio, and he's about 4.5 seconds behind Crimson.
But let's not count out Mr. 5th place. Look at Jared. He's having a race, isn't he? He is really up there.
He is. Yep, sitting pretty in 5th. Now, we got to go to position 7 here. There's a battle between Supermex, Grasso, and now Francisco.
There's a battle for everybody. So there goes
There's a battle for life in general at this race. It is so hard to keep up with everybody.
Oh, Vinny gets a little long on the brakes, and Grasso's going to steal that spot away.
Yep, overtakes him beautifully. Now, Francisco, he is not one to be underestimated. And he knows how to race. He knows how to apply pressure. Now, he did get a little bit squirrely there.
Yeah, he did.
So he's going to be racing with Grasso. And Grass is going to kind of tuck in right behind him. Use his draft a little bit. Maybe try to overtake him on the outside. Let's see what happens. Francisco holding the inside inside line. Grasso does as well. Okay. Yep. And then, hey, look. Looks to be almost a battle starting to develop here between Night Kid and J-Rod.
What position is
and
that
then,
in here? Let's see.
Oh, that is position 4.
Yep. J-Rod is in 4th, and he looks like he's trying to stay in that slipstream. Knight's trying to break it so he doesn't get up to him. Somebody is running slow there. Oh, that's Fat Boy. He's just staying out of the way. He's like, I do not want to mess with you guys.
Yep.
All J-Rod sees is a Christmas tree of red lights above all the cars in front of him.
Yeah, that's really the only thing you can see.
Whoever's up in front of him is probably me.
Yeah, it looked to be Presidio. Oh my goodness. Loving these races. Now, there is another battle for P7. Trology, Francisco, Grasso.
Looks like Francisco wants to take that 7th spot away. So he's really good at applying the pressure. Let's see if Trology can hold it together. He covers the inside line good.
Yep. Now, what's going to hurt Francisco here is look at the tire and fuel difference between Trology and Francisco.
Oh, yeah, look at that. So Trology doesn't have to go anywhere for a while, but Vasco's going to have to pit again.
Yeah, I think Trology's good for the rest of the race. Now, Francisco, guaranteed he's going to have to pit one more lap.
I wonder if he was thinking that Vasco's using the lap of his overtake to try to get around him.
Look at him. He's trying to get past. Yep. Oh, they touched a little bit there. That's just hard racing, though. I mean, that's nothing to complain about. And I think that may have been a wise...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
And I was going to say, I think it was a wise decision for Trology to kind of let Francisco through. As bad as it sounds, as long as he keeps up with Francisco, he probably doesn't know it. Francisco's got to pit one more time. So as long as he keeps up with him, when he goes into the pit, I think he's got his position sealed. And goes to the inside. Yep, side by side, they're drag racing.
And Trology makes the move. Vasco's got very little overtake left, so he doesn't... I don't know if he wants to fight through all of this or not, but... I
don't think he does. Now, Trology goes a little bit wide there, but he was far enough to where he could kind of shut the door on Francisco and close that opening. So, good move.
So looking backwards from Trology, he just sees a little line of cars building up behind him, and that's pressure.
And I was getting ready to say that. That's a 4-way battle for 7.
So I'm gonna guess that it won't be long before this battle turns into something a little bit more exciting. Now Trology gets a little loose. Now look who's just looking past Vinny, or right up to Vinny. Mr. Situation is in the situation with the rest of them.
Yeah. Now he's not in any form of desperation. I'm not sure who just went wide there. I did not catch that.
Grasso's making the move.
Yep. What's he gonna do?
Gets around him.
Yep. Gets around Francisco, and what's Francisco gonna do? Yep, gonna cover the inside. Trology gets wide. That's gonna be almost a 3-wide drag race, but nope, doesn't look like it.
Situation.
My eyes have
deceived. Look at that. Vinny squeezes over. He's gonna take that inside. Francisco's gonna follow him through, try to squeeze Trology out.
Now,
Woo!
Grasso has got a pit. He's got maybe about 1 or 2 laps left on fuel. His tires are worn down. He's running wets, as well as Francisco. So Trology right now is essentially just trying to hang on. He wants to keep pressure on Francisco and Grasso. Wants them to use up the tires and
Oh yeah,
seal
Grasso is on
7th
the wet
place.
tires, and in he
Yes.
goes.
Yep, Grasso's going to go in, so that's going to work out perfectly for Trology, as well as Kitchuation, and looks to be Joey Cannoli.
All right, let's take a look up front. So let's see, what's the gap from first to second? It's not small.
Let's take a look here.
Presidio
Uh-oh.
Dog's in second place with Night Kid
There we go.
behind him. So
There's
Alfa
about
Romeo's
a...
in 2-3.
And there's about a 7-second gap between first and second.
Okay. Well, it's not between second, third, and fourth. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
As a matter of fact, second, third, fourth, and fifth are really close to each other. Probably within maybe
Yep.
4 to 5 seconds tops. It's hard to see. I can't quite see the fifth place car back there. But Alfa Romeo on track in P2 and 3. Williams up front with Red Bull in 4th and 5th. So we've got Williams in first, Alfa, Red Bull. So interesting team combinations happening there.
Whew. I had to take a breather there for a sec. All this talking with the battles. Yeah, there's a ton happening. And Francisco's going to go into the pits. Now, that's... As long as Trology doesn't make a mistake, that's going to seal 7th place for him. Supermax... You know, Supermax is still running a great race. He's got enough tires and fuel to last him the rest of the way. Running in 6th place, Jack... His tire situation, or not tire, fuel situations, not looking as good as Crimson, as Night Kid, as Supermax. You know, J-Rod and Jack are running, looks to be about the same pitch strategy, same brake balance, traction control, and I think that's hurting them a little bit. Because I think Jack just pitted not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Jack has about half a tank of fuel and decent tires. Maybe like 3 or 4 laps ago? Maybe 5 or 6 laps ago. I don't know. It's hard to tell. The screen on the side is telling me it was 3 laps ago, but I don't know if that was the previous driver I was looking at. Let's see. No, yeah, he's on his 5th lap on those tires. It looks like going into lap 6, so that's about right.
Yeah, so that's a little bit alarming there, considering your fuel. If you're really using that much fuel within 5 or 6 laps, that's kind of a red flag.
Now, I'm looking at Crimson, and you've got well over half a tank of fuel and tires, so you are good to the end of the race. From everything I can tell. Presidio Dog's got less than half a tank of fuel, and I will tell you, because as you'll notice, you'll see my teammate go by me here. In short order, I'm gonna... Well, maybe not.
Nope. Now, there's one thing I want to bring up here. Watch the rev limiter between Crimson and Jack. See how far they rev their vehicles. As you can tell, Jack likes to just rev the vehicle out all the way in the rain. Which, I mean, looks to be traction control on. I might be mistaken, but I think that's going to hurt him. Crimson, meanwhile, is short shifting. Which, I mean, in the short shifting, that's going to help you kind of keep traction on the tires and on the pavement as well. And will also help you save fuel.
Now, it looks like Night Kid's about to take 2nd spot, and Presidio just moves over and lets his teammate by. And I will go ahead and tell you why. That is because Presidio Dog, he pit on lap 15. He needs to make he needs to go 25 laps on this. So for the several laps before this overtake and past this overtake, I was running in fuel map 3 and short shifting the crap out of this car to try to get 5 extra laps out of it. So we'll see how that works out at the end of the race. So Night Kid moves up to second. So Alpha changes spots.
Yeah,
J-Rod and Jack switch spots. So J-Rod's up to fourth now in Red Bull.
and you know that's not a bad strategy. You know, let your teammate through, use their draft, save your fuel, save your tires, and so no, that's not a bad call at all.
Yep.
Now let's run through the order here. We're at lap 32. We got about 8 laps to go, or 9, I should say. So first we got Crimson. Second is Night Kid. Third is
We'll go a little
Presidio.
slower. Let's do a couple seconds.
Yep.
Let everyone see the car as we go.
Yep. Let's see the gorgeous liveries. So Crimson in the icon. There's Night Kid, position 2. Gorgeous Alfa Romeo livery, as well as Presidio. Now, I gotta stop this because we got another battle.
Where
between looks to be J-Rod and Presidio Dog.
Oh, it does. Well, it's not really going to be a battle. Like I was saying, this was a just try to get around the track and keep the top 5 going because I had nothing for him. I mean, I'm, like I said, running fuel map 3, trying to make sure I had the laps to make it. And right as J-Rod got up to me, I said to myself, okay, back to fuel map 1. I've got the laps now. So now I can race competitively against these guys. But now, I think it was right around here that I threw it in the fuel map 1 and decided I was going to try to keep a P3 spot the rest of the race.
Yeah, and I'm on board here. Well, I was on board with Black Widow. Looks like there's not a lot going on there at the moment. Francisco and Grasso looks to be a battle for position 9 starting to heat up. But looking at the tire difference, I don't think that battle is going to happen. Because Grasso is on the wets versus Francisco, which is on the intermediates.
Yeah, I think there was some miscommunication perhaps with some of the drivers out there thinking that the heavy wet tire is what they needed for this course, and I think that's going to hinder them. Every single one of them is running just outside or at the end of the top 10. There's nobody up top that's running the wet tires. So I think it was just a miscommunication somewhere between the teams not knowing what to do, I guess.
Yep. And I want to give a shout out here to Supermax because I remember him pitting early in the race because he realized, hey, these wets are not working. I need to go to intermediates. Clearly, that has paid off for him in dividends.
Yep.
Now, somebody just went off in the track. I'm trying to figure out who that is. That looks to be HD.
Oh, it was HD, yep. And he's sitting in the middle of the track. He needs to get moving. Cars are coming. Whoa! Did he disconnect or something?
I don't think he did. I think he's just calling it.
Well, there's
here,
I don't see any cars going through him.
There are cars going by. Yep. Okay, so he was waiting.
Yep.
Until there's a lot more space. So no, that's a smart move on HD's part.
Yep. Now J-Rod all the way up to the back end of Presidio, and it looks like he's going to make a move on him here. Presidio kind of has to yield the spot to him. And so up to P3. I think that's the highest J-Rod's gotten in this race so far. I think he was up to 4. Now he's... And maybe he got a little higher during some pit switching round.
I think he was as high as 2nd.
Yeah, I think that was during some some of the pit windows. But yeah, that's true. So now he's got Night Kid up there in P2, chomping at him. So he's got to get up there and and try to get that spot from him. Meanwhile, Presidio's sitting in fourth. Jack is right there behind him, watching this battle there and seeing, can I squeeze through there too?
Yep, and looking at it, let's see, Jack. Oh no, Jack's situation looks to be deteriorating at the moment.
Oh yeah?
Because, I mean, fuel-wise, he's running low. I mean, he's running low.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I don't know if he's going to have enough to finish the race.
Yeah, that'll be
So it's going to be quite... It will be interesting to see. Now, J-Rod, he's kind of on the same boat as his teammate. Now, he might be a little bit better off there, especially since it looks to me like he's been drafting off of people, preserving his fuel. J-Rod, position 3. Yep, and Jack just went a little bit wide. Doesn't cost him any spots, but did cost him some time between himself and Presidio.
Now, basically, just to throw it out there, you've basically run away with this race. I wouldn't say run away, but like you've got quite a lead on P2. So it's in this case, it's your race to lose with 5.5 laps to go. So
not necessarily. You know, the thing that we're forgetting, this is a wet track. This track is not as forgiving versus when it's dry.
That's
so
true.
One tiny move. I mean, if I was to go in this first turn, get wide, I could very well spin out and lose position 1. So to say that it's sealed is
I'm not going to say sealed. I said it's
wrong.
your race to lose.
Yeah.
Meaning,
no,
don't make any mistakes.
And you know what? You know what? I don't think it is a race to lose because looking at the live timing, Night Kid is gained on Crimson by about almost 2 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, Night Kid, it looks to me like he's starting to encounter some lap traffic here. Looks to be Black Widow.
Indeed.
Which she's just kind of fell off there in position 12, and I think those wet tires had something to do with it.
Yeah, well, she's on the intermediates now. She's got the fuel to make it. Well, actually, is she on intermediates? I'm looking at Night Kid.
No, she's on wets.
Oh, okay. So Ferrari's been running the wet tires. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
We have a caution. Someone.
Yeah, and it looked to be HD that has went into the dirt. I think he's at the point now where he's just gonna call it a race.
Yeah, he might retire.
But I could very well be wrong. So I'm on board with position 2 Night Kid. I'm curious to see how he's going to encounter this lap traffic. It's a little bit wide, goes to the inside there. Ooh, gets a little bit of a tap from Black Widow. J-Rod's going to pass him for second place.
Yep, and Presidio is right behind him, but doesn't make the move.
Yep, does not want to make the move just yet, so...
I'm watching from Presidio's vantage point to see how this battle between Night Kid and J-Rod. I mean, I think Night Kid made a mistake. He's not slower. He just made a mistake. He's got to see if he can get back up. J-Rod's got Black Widow in front of him. So that means J-Rod's going to have to slow up. Night Kid's got all of the time in the world to kind of keep on time in the world. But he has a very limited amount of time to catch back up to him while he's negotiating this lap traffic.
And it seems to me there's not... I don't think their main objective right now is to catch Crimson at the moment. Their main objective is to get past lap traffic to allow them to chase Crimson.
Yep. Well, there's only 3.5 laps to go, so chasing Crimson may not be a thing, but maybe they're fighting for those podium spots. Now, Night Kid's got his teammate and Jack behind him, so he can't make any mistakes. I'm going to go on board with
now,
video.
You so do that. I'm watching J-Rod. J-Rod managed to go around Black Widow.
Good run through that corner. He's right there.
Yep.
Catches up. Oh, he gets
wonderful run. Oh, man. Oh, a little bit of a bump.
A little bit. That move.
And Jack is in the pits.
Oh, that's right. He had to get the
Yep.
fuel.
Yep, but
I
he
forgot.
did run his fastest. He ran the fastest lap of the race, a 124.8.
Nice. Now J-Rod is out in P2 now, going down the long straight with this overtake to kind of put some distance between him and Presidio Dog. Presidio Dog is now dealing with Black Widow, and he's got his
Yep.
teammate right behind him.
Yep, has to find a way to get around lap traffic, so I'm going to ride on board with Presidio here and
Yep.
see how he's going to manage to get past Black Widow. Takes it very slow, doesn't get too aggressive, that's good. I tell you what, that traction control is just a godsend in this game.
In this kind of race, it is.
Oh, yeah.
And where's Presidio's car going?
I don't know. It's
His
going
engine
somewhere.
died.
I think he fell asleep.
Disconnected.
I'm telling you, I think he fell asleep.
Goes.
He did not have his coffee.
He did not have his coffee. So in case all of you were wondering, he did have the fuel to make the race and was poised for second spot and gets disconnected 2 laps before the end of the race. So that leaves J-Rod a comfortable distance. When I say comfortable, that's relative, but a comfortable distance to Night Kid. Now, his gas light is blinking. Night Kid's got all the fuel in the world, but J-Rod's probably thinking, I still have another lap and a half to go, and I have about a lap and a half of fuel. Please don't make me battle Night Kid.
And you know what? He is gaining quick on Crimson. I'm looking at the live timing, and it's went from about 5.5 seconds, just due to him dealing with lap traffic. It's now went down to 3.9 seconds between himself and Crimson.
Oh wow! Yeah, he's only a corner behind. He's on the same turn. But I don't think Crimson has all the fuel, but no overtake. J-Rod does have overtake, but if he uses it, he's not going to have enough fuel to make it through the race.
Yep, and Night Kid has now finally managed to get past Black Widow, but I think it's too little too late for Night Kid to make any kind of aggressive maneuvers.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless there's a mistake, he's not catching J-Rod. He's too far behind them. But he can secure himself a good podium spot.
And Trology and Kids just went into the dirt. That was position 6 and 7.
Yeah, look at that.
Yep, so we're on the final lap here. Crimson crossing the line. And J-Rod, something happened to J-Rod there. I think he got a little bit squirrely because the time difference, just went up by about 3 seconds. So he's now 6.5 seconds back. Night Kid is just all over J-Rod.
Look at that.
All over.
Yeah,
now this is not a good move. Yep, not a good move on Night Kid's part.
Well,
that allows J-Rod to get the inside. Yep.
But we're going to watch this battle to the end. This is going to be great. I want to give you your love across the line, but this battle is going to happen all the way there, is my guess. Whoa, Black Widow comes flying around the outside. I don't know where she was going, but in the gravel she goes. All right, come on, Night Kid. This is your shot. You got overtaken fuel. He's got no fuel. Oh, J-Rod is on fumes. He is going to run out of gas at the line. He better make a move.
Yep. Now, I believe we got a little bit of time here. Let's just cut over to Crimson as he gets ready to cross the start-finish line.
Yep, and here he comes.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Let's see. Yep, there's Crimson. And
now,
does
Red
the
Bull.
Signature slide.
Red Bull.
Now, look at that. Red Bull.
Oh my gosh, did he run out of gas at the end?
I think he just ran out of gas.
And
Talk
Jack comes across with
luck.
P4. Supermax.
And then top 5 for Supermax. Great job. Great run. Like I said, that strategy in the beginning paid off.
That's going to hurt some points for some of the top guys. That top 5 spot went to a wild card driver, so that's precious points somebody didn't get. Oh, Trology almost wipes out, but he's going to come home in 6th. Not bad. And Situation right behind him in 7th. Grasso coming across in 8th. And Joey Cannoli coming across in ninth, and right behind him is going to be Francisco. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Whoo!
Oh my goodness.
What a race!
Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
goodness. Oh man. Okay, so that happened.
A lot of that happened.
Wow. So the there's our official results I got up on the screen here. Um, Looks like Crimson and Team Williams going to take P1. Right behind him in Red Bull is J Rod. Alfa Romeo comes home with the last podium spot with Night Kit. P4 is Jack in Red Bull. So Red Bull is 2 in the top 5. Not bad. And Supermax, way to go, man. 5th place as one of our wildcard drivers. P6, we got Trology and Mercedes with the Kituation right after that in the Williams car. Ferrari in P8 with Vinny Grasso. P9 and 10 are the two BWT cars, Joey and Francisco. P11 is the other Ferrari of Black Widow, with P12 being the AlphaTauri of G-Bub. And P13 is going to be our wildcard driver, Fat Boy. And unfortunately, P14 goes to Presidio Dog and Alfa Romeo because he disconnected. But because he started the race, dang near finished it, he still at least gets a couple of points because he was there. So, holy cow.
My
That was
goodness, what a
some kind of a
race.
race.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so you know
Whew.
what? Let's see how the team points turn out. So,
Yes, let's take a look.
well, actually, we're going to look at the not the team, but the driver points. So Crimson stays. Crimson, Francisco, and Turbo remain as the top 3. Presidio drops to 5th, and his teammate picks up P4. So separated by 6 points. So Presidio drops down to 5th. Jack moves up and passes Patriotic for 6th. Patriotic is in 7th now, with Joey Cannoli, J-Rod, and Grasso rounding out the top 10 in points. So that puts, let's see, it looks like BWT and Alfa Romeo have both drivers for both teams are in the top 10. So that's pretty great. So let's see what that looks like for the team points. So right now, Alfa Romeo still remains in first place, even after that horrible, agonizing, ridiculous disconnect finish I had. Oh, that makes me so angry. But anyway, uh, Williams, your team moves up, buddy, into P2 in the
Yeah,
constructor
but
series.
and you know what? It's not by much though. It's
Yeah,
only by
that's a
1 point.
whopping 1 point. 225 with BWT right behind you, 1 point behind in 224. So you guys basically swap spots after that race. That first place finish will do it for you, man.
It
That's how you get
will.
them extra points. Red Bull has moved up and passed AlphaTauri now, so Red Bull is in 4th position. AlphaTauri in 5th, with McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari rounding out the rest of the order. So that is how the cookie crumbled in the event. What a race, man!
That
Right?
was a race. Now, I did take a look at the comment section. I had a viewer here asking what kind of cars were we using. These are Super Formula cars, so these are either the Hondas or the Toyotas. I prefer the Toyotas because they don't sound like a vacuum cleaner compared to the Honda. Uh, so no, we use that. We use pretty much regular power, regular weight. We do allow tuning. So that tuning really, it really mixes in the competition. Not only how well can you drive, how well can you tune. But I mean, if you're interested in joining, man, hit us up. We can at least get you in as a wild card driver, and that goes to anybody else as well in the group, or if you're just interested in general.
Yep. And by all means, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more the merrier. We would love to have you. This was actually our first live stream to Twitch, so you can check us out there as well, and those are saved. Um, just like and subscribe to whatever platform you find the most convenient for you. We'd love to have you around, and then you'll get to know the next time we stream another race. We don't just stream the Super Formulas. We've got some other events that we stream as well. So,
Yep.
come back. Come see us for Gordini Mondays. That's tonight if you're watching this live. It's open to the whole world, so come on by and look for it. It's called Gordini Mondays. It's a lunchbox with a giant motor and sticky wheels, and it's a lot of fun to drive. That is for sure. And the we have Gentlemen's Tuesdays. We have a new series that's going to be starting up. Do you want to say what it is? Do you
You
want
know,
to
I
mention
will.
Wednesdays?
I will. I am hosting the series, so I am RWB Crimson. I will be hosting or creating a Group 1 one-make series. It's going to have maximum power, minimum weight, 40-minute endurance, tuning enabled. If you don't know how to drive a Group 1 car and you join, by God, at the end of the series, you will know how to drive one. So come
Indeed.
on out, and that's going to be open to anybody. If you want to come in, just hit us up on our group, and we'll get you penciled in.
There you go. Exactly. All right. www.rwbracing.com. You can find all the links to all of our places where we are and we will be. Subscribe and like. I'll say it again. And until next time, which is Interlagos on Friday night.
Yep.
So it's dry. No more wet race there. Got one
Thank
more.
God.
I think we got one more wet race at Spa
Yep.
later in the season. Is there one more? I think that's the only other
There
wet
is
track.
there is one more, and that one's going to be a
Tokyo.
doozy.
Yep.
No, we
Tokyo and
already did
Spa, right?
Tokyo.
Oh, you're right. We did
We
do Tokyo
already did
wet.
Tokyo. Yep.
You're right.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So that'll be a good one. All right, everybody. Well, Cody, thanks for coming along, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yep. Yep. Thanks for having me there, old Chris.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Yep.